Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is in your corner of the world. I hope you're having a good one. Very happy to have you here with me today because I'm going to be showing you a cool few different things you can do with this beautiful instrument to seduce, or maybe that's the wrong word, to woo a young fair maiden or fair man, whatever. It could be a man with women, whatever it is. Alright, but generally speaking, a woman doesn't have to go to so much effort to seduce a guy. But either way, I'm going to show you a few different things that I've used personally with my wife, no one else, to create some nice, meaningful melodies that come in very handy when you've done something wrong, or it's Valentine's Day or something. You want to do something a little bit special. All right, so I'm going to be showing you a cool rhythmic technique that we use, and I'm going to be showing you how we find the colour and the magic and the love around standard open chords. So today we're going to be using a G, E minor, C and D, but we're going to be injecting the love into them. Alright, so let's go over the little rhythmic technique first, and I call this the more than words technique, alright, because it's like the king daddy of romantic acoustic songs, right? So let's get right into it. So we're going to have G, E minor, C and D, and we're going to be using this technique which involves pinching the guitar. Alright, not like that, gently. A gentleman's touch on the guitar, right? Forget what I'm saying, right? So basically, you want to have your thumb on the bass note on the G, right? And we got to get our index and middle finger on the G and B, like that. And you want to just get a little bit of tension and pull away like that. Now the pattern we're going to use goes something like this. So we're going to start with the bass like that, and then we're going to get the G and B. We've got our index and middle finger just nestled right under those strings, alright? And we just pinch like that. Alright? And then a little slap. Gentle slap. Alright? Bring it. And the important thing is here is when you bring your hand back, and don't think too much about the slap, just it's basically just the low E note hitting against the fretboard here. Right? You're working back like a little trigger. And the important thing is you can back with your fingers in position again. You don't want to make a fist like this, or else you're not going to be able to pick the strings again. Alright, land back like that. This time we're going to pinch all the strings together, the bass note and the G and B. Alright? And then after that we're going to get a little upstroke with our finger. Back again. Okay? And that's it. Now when we repeat the progression, now we're going to get two bass notes like that, right? Bass, bass. Otherwise you're going to be waiting. That extra bass note just fills it in. Alright, and then we've got to do that with every chord. The only thing that's going to change is our thumb, depending on the bass note we're using. So, the low E string for G and E minor. The C, we're going to be bringing our thumb note down to the A string. And with the D, our thumb will come down to the D string. But our index and middle fingers stay the same. Alright, and we just repeat that pattern. So, like this. Alright, so that sounds really nice, and already we're sounding a little bit more romantic on the guitar without using our pick and using our fingers. Alright, so now we just need to find the emotional notes within it, right? So what I like to do, right, and this is a really good practice, is to start singing through the guitar, right? Start singing a little melody, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the G major pentatonic. So the little tiny scale I'm going to imagine here is going to be 5, 3, 5, 3. Alright? Now I'm not going too much into theory here, guys, but I will mention that if you do want to know all of this stuff, like the theory and caged and triads and a linear path of progression that takes you through all of that, chord embellishments, rhythm, blues, lead, the whole lot, then I've got all my courses on sale right now. The bundle is 70% off. Alright, so super cheap price. It's in the description. If you like my stuff, then you'll love it. All right. So, anyways, the scale 5/3, 5/3. So I've got a bit of a cold. 5/3, 5/3, 4/2 on the G, and open, and then 2 on the D. And we can pretty much just use that scale to create loads of different melody options. All right. So let's sing together, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now it's a good job I can use the guitar to sing here, right? I know. So, alright, there we have it. Alright, so basically 5/3, 5/3, and guys, the more you get used to doing this, you practice singing and then finding the notes, the easier it becomes, the more natural it is, and you just start to do it automatically. You just think of the notes and you play them. It's great, but it takes practice, obviously, right? But 3 up to 5, back to 3, 4, 2 on the G, then into the G. So what I'm planning on doing is a little melody, and then it just fits nicely into the bass note. And then, alright, and what I did here, a little double stop, alright, get my middle finger on 2 on the G, first finger on 1 in the B, again I pinch them, slide them up to 3 and 4, back again, then open, again getting the G and B strings, then into E minor, again just pinching that there, so and if you don't want to just figure this stuff out yourself, you just steal what I'm playing and just say you made it up. I don't mind. Alright? So, I made this for you, babe. I call it Love is Good. Could do with better titles right now. Alright, so there I'm just embellishing a little bit with these notes in the 2nd fret. So when you're playing in the key of G, alright, just like that, hammer on 2, and then 2 in the G, 2 in the D, then open, back to 2 in the D, and then climb into the C like that. Now what I can also do with that, if I'm pinching, I can get a little bit of effect, a double stop thing, just by getting 2 strings at a time. Alright. And then there I'm just doing basically the same thing, I'm just embellishing those 2 chords, those notes. And I'll change it a little bit every time I do it, so you don't need to worry in getting things exactly. And then what I could do there is I could just get the D like that. Okay, I'll show you another option in a second. And then I could climb back into the G, just by embellishing the D there with my pinky and the high A. Alright, so lovely, yeah. Alright, so this time, and then so I can get into the D note here, and then do something like that. And what I'm doing here, this is a cool little technique. I'm imagining the D chord like this, using the C shape. Again, caged, another story, right? But this is the D chord, and I'm basically just arpeggiating that, like that. that chord. Alright, 5, 4, 2, 3, 2. And then a little embellishment. 3, slide up to 5, back to 3, to 2. That's a great way to finish it off. Alright, so I know a lot of stuff there, guys. Again, I'm conscious about time because these videos can't last that long. So feel free to stop and go over it. But I'm going to play everything through that I did there. And hopefully you can pick a few things up. So I hope you do. I want to mention as well, you know, if you want a lot more help in this and you want a teacher, I do have a few spaces open for my private coaching program. As well, I've got 4 spaces for private students. So there's a form to fill out in the description if you want to do that. But let's go over everything and see how it all sounds.